Well, a pretty big development in the machine shop here. My mill showed up. Had a DRO there. I got my vise mostly on there straight. And I need to make some like strut support arms going off the wall. So I'm going to screw 2x4 to the wall here a little bit. And if I do that, I can get this thing pretty secure. It's still a little wobbly, but we'll take that out of it. We'll probably throw some bricks in the bottom, heavy this thing up a little bit. But now we got the milling machine. So our little machining complex back here is getting pretty capable. Pretty excited to start making chips with this thing pretty soon. I need to read some more through the manual, make sure we're set up, and finish setting up my little station here. I got my little collet rack hung here, so that should be good. And I'm, for right now, going to go work upstairs and work on the ham shack a little bit. Okay, so I got my wiring stuff here I need to work on. I'm going to get these lights set up here right now. Get those hooked up. Then I'm going to start running power to these radios and also getting my inline fuses set up, and hopefully get everything over here set up. I can at least test it off a 3S LiPo for now, and then I'm going to have it eventually plugged into my solar setup when that gets ready. But hopefully I can get it to where I can run everything here off a LiPo, and that'll be a pretty good start. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we got the lights set up now. See, I got my 12-volt RV lighting. This is currently hooked up to my LiPo. I got it hooked up to my power meter right now. So I can see if all the lights on, I'm pulling about 18 watts, or 1.5 amps. So I can have all 6. I can turn on just one, or both. And this light's being a little finicky for some reason. If I turn them all off and I just have just one of them, when my radios are on, this will be enough light to work with. And that's only pulling 0.2 amps, so only a couple watts. So that's all the lighting I really need here, if I really have to conserve power. So that should be pretty efficient. But when I do have the power allowance, I will be able to just flip them all on like that and really light everything up at this bench. So far, going pretty good. Okay, so it's been a little bit here, but we're making progress. So I finally got all these wires over here ran. I installed this up here for my solar charge controller, and I'm installing my fuse panel over here, and I'm getting all this stuff wired up. So currently, this is the plug. This XT60 is going to go to my photovoltaic cells on the roof. So I'm going to have to get that, and that's going to wire in here. This is the battery, which I've now just hit. Give me a second. Okay, so I still have to figure out how to get this solar charge controller to work. It doesn't want to run off this LiPo, which I don't blame it. It's just how I was trying to run it. But this plug is where my batteries are going to go to, so I need to run a wire down to that over to my car batteries, which are currently sitting right there. And this other plug, this is the load, which I have set up to this plug, which will go to my fuse panel. So now I just have to wire my fuse panel, everything. Currently, this first plug is for the lights. Now I just have to wire up the radio and the other radios up to that, and we should be pretty well set up. And then I can start running my wires off to the side for like my inverter over here. And I'm gonna have a few extra accessory plugs. Everything's standard XT60s. That's what I personally have standardized on over years of doing stuff like this, to where like all my inverters and stuff just already have that. Like my power meter already has that, so it's what works for me. Okay, so it's the next day. I've now got a bunch of charged batteries I'll be able to use to power this while I get this set up. So we'll continue on. I need to run all these jumpers. I got this jumper, which is going to run to ICOM 718. I need to run some similar power up to the other radios and get all that wired up over there to my fuse panel. Okay, at least now the AZO FT2900 has power. So we'll be able to work on that. Now I'm working on getting power to the ICOM 718. Okay, we got pretty good progress here. CB radio is now hooked up, and I have my antenna up there on a sheet of steel used as a ground plane. My ICOM 718 has power. ICOM R75 also has power. FT2900 has power. The scanner up here has power. It's hooked up to this Slim Jim antenna. Currently have it scanning. Basically, right now it's set on Midville Airport. See if they
Left base, McMinnville 02, McMinnville 6.
Yeah, so I'm able to at least receive.
648, Sierra Papa, 5 miles south of airport. We are doing a fair name Bravo approach. You know, to be supports and be protected.
So yeah, so we got air traffic. Solar charge controller over here. All my fuses. This is my antenna I need to set up for my shortwave listening. XT60 here on an extension to cigarette plug. And I also have my inverter over here hooked up to power too. So that all is hooked up. So looking pretty good. I still need to run antennas for this guy, this guy, this guy, and I need to hook the solar panels up and get my battery set up so I'm not just running off of a lipo over here. But overall, pretty good progress. We are making headway here in New Hampshire.